Is that reasonable?
No. I'm trying not to spit my drink out. Wait a minute.
I was laughing because I threw that curveball because we just talked about this, folks, and they was good with it if they wasn't working, and then, so they was starting to drink like, let me get ready to answer this. Wait a minute. So
He's done miracles on me. He's done. Back again. He's done miracles. Back again. He's done miracles on me.
Yes.
Dr. Sam, what's your take on this? You want me to read it again?
Sure.
All right. It says, when dating, do you prefer a person with children or without children? You must explain. Why? Being somebody who's probably,
Okay, so when I was younger, no. And then as I got older, I was like, everybody has kids. I was like, everybody have them. So I lessened up on that a little bit. I'm trying not to say too much, but after my last relationship, moving forward, it might be a needle in a haystack, but I have no intention of trying to date someone that already has children. For me personally, I've dated 3 people that have already had kids, and the attachment that because I can't speak for every woman or every single person, but for myself, the attachment that I build with your child is, when I walk away from a relationship, I'm also leaving that child. And that is, for me, actually probably more heartbreaking than the person I left. But because when I'm in it, right, if the intention is we're dating and the end goal is to be married and have a family and build, then this is my child. Like, it's your child, but it's my child, right? And I'm never going to treat your child any differently than I would if it was my own. And so that nurturing, I'm putting my all at 100% into this child as well as to you, and to then build this attachment and then have to just break from it. It feels like a part of my heart is outside in this world, and I don't know what's happening, if they're okay, if they're safe, and there's nothing I can do about it. It just is. And then, all the other stuff, if the relationship with the mother of their child is not the greatest, or there's some things that affect the household, there has to be a person that's mature enough or willing enough to have that conversation to kind of correct it so that both households can coexist peacefully. And again, it's for the kids, not each person or each whatever. And so I think at this point I'm just kind of no, thank you, respectfully.
No, that's good though, man, because oftentimes, what's the flip side of that? You get a woman who don't care about your children. You know what I'm saying? So you should always have a woman on both sides of these ends who definitely care for your children, because you should be able to see that, if not right away, but over the course of time, the way do they feed your children? Are they willing to take them? Are they taking care of them? Are they helping them with homework? Just the little things, man, y'all got to pay attention to with the women that do that. And I agree with y'all 100%, because what happens on your end, that attachment you had to the child is broken, and then that child now has that part of them missing in life. And because it's not your child, then at this point, that child has no way to connect back with you, because that other parent who you was just with literally could keep them away from you, and you have no legal right. And then you start getting children who become so guarded and not want to connect with a person because this person keeps leaving out their life and creating that abandonment issue with inside of them. So it's important that we make sure we're picking the right people. And even when we get married, I've learned over the course of time, with getting outside of myself and looking at the children don't see you like we do as two individuals. They see you as one person. So when that one person gets ripped apart, which is that relationship, they're torn between two. So all they want to do, your son was saying, want to put back that thing together, even though, you know, it's our decisions.
And I want to add too, like, again, speaking for myself, but I feel like people can kind of resonate. I know I stayed longer in a situation that wasn't for me, that wasn't healthy, that I didn't want to be in because I didn't want to leave that child.
Right.
And that was like a hard reality. I had to sit with myself and say, okay, what am I then teaching this child?
Right.
Right? What am I teaching this child that is acceptable for relationships, for a family, for a household, what it's supposed to look like? And it's not. And if it was my kid, would I have left sooner? And the answer was yes. And so I had to sit there and say, as much as it had killed me to walk away because this is why, but that was the only thing that was keeping me, and that's not a sufficient enough answer or reason.
I saw this quote, and it said, it really resonated with me because it was like my situation at the time, but it was like, you know, I stayed in my relationship thinking I was teaching my kids about loyalty and love and, you know, how to stay committed to somebody, but really I was teaching them like abuse is okay and like to let people treat you however. And so a lot of times we don't think about that. Like, they're watching everything that we're doing. What are we teaching them that is okay for them to grow up and believe?
Right.
So you just have to be mindful with that, whether it's your kids or not. They're always looking at the influences that we're sharing with them.
We're the role models.
Right.
Yeah. Well, that
That's
is.
little Essence who goes around and repeats everything everybody says and does.
Gang.
Hey, yo.
Ew!
I was like, you is not from New York. You from?
Her TT is, though.
She said, TTC, I'm coming. Hey, yo. Yes, she's coming.
Man, and that's the thing, man, that's great about it, man. We joke about all of that stuff, but it is a community, man, and that's one thing that people got to remember when you're in relationships with these significant others, is reminding them, as Song said, that I'm here to let you know I'm part of the community and I'm here to support your child. And at the end of the day, everybody, if they can get out of their personal feelings and that other person you're with is not still having sex with their ex, then it could be easier to move forward, I believe, because I've seen it happen currently, you know. So definitely that's something that y'all have to think about, and that is remembering that what's best for your children, for your legacy, and for your future, and doing what's right for them. All right. A man pays all the bills and feels that his partner should do all the cooking and cleaning, even though she has a full-time job. Is that reasonable?
No. I'm trying not to spit my drink out. Wait a minute.
I was laughing because I threw that curveball, because we just talked about this, folks, and they was good with it if they wasn't working. And then, so they was starting to drink like, let me get ready to answer this. Wait a minute. So the curveball was, yes, it is that you are working a full-time job. Now, go ahead, ladies, because I'll play my part after. Let me type
Okay,
that
so
right.
I work a full-time job and a second job. And my full-time job can be emotionally, mentally draining. I spend all day using myself basically to heal other people, right? So it's a long day. And then if you add a crisis in there, whether it's someone who is engaging in self-harm or suicidal thoughts, it is Suicide Prevention Month, just FYI. Right? But that makes a long day, right? If there's paperwork involved, if it's a CPS case, there's layers to my day. So I don't mind doing, I guess, what we would call traditional stuff. I don't mind cooking. I'm really good at that, but right?
Yes, you are.
But I don't mind cooking. I don't mind, making sure the house looks straight or whatever else. But because I work a full-time job and because my job can be emotionally draining, even if you do pay the bills in this partnership, I need you to be a partner. And what that looks like is I don't take the entire home load on by myself as well, because I'm outside by myself. And or the grace for the days where I say, hey, today was a really rough day, there's not an issue with, okay, babe, like, I'll go get dinner. Versus, well, so you ain't gonna cook? Like, no. Like, right? But so yes, you threw in the curveball because we agreed, right? If I'm chilling, then yeah, like I got it. Like, you know, I'm cool with it. But if I'm not chilling, let me help you understand something. Like, I need some help, right? And while I'll take like the brunt of it, one, that's how I was raised. Two, that's just my comfort zone. I do need assistance, and if I ask for it, it should not be like an issue, so to speak. But again, that goes back to communications and relationships, love languages. 'Cause mine is acts of service.
Facts.
Take this on my plate. So I have this question. So
That's not part of the
Wait,
deck.
it's a question for her because I didn't even answer the question yet.
go ahead.
Okay.
Song, answer the question.
It's pretty much yes, but same thing. But you know, so because like you know, like what my day looks like, it's crazy with working and having my own business and client meetings, all those different things, plus
Essence.
kids and stuff. Yeah, Essence alone. Like, I do not mind cooking, cleaning, doing all that. I like to take care of my
Right.
man, but I do not want to do it all by myself. And also, if you're paying all the bills, what is my money going to? Do I just keep all my money? Is it because that was not part of the question?
Because that was what I was just gonna ask. If you get to keep all of your money, like none of your money goes to nothing. If he's paying everything, and you get to keep all of your money.
I don't even feel like that is a good partnership though,
not, yeah.
because if we're in a person, okay, and I'm going from the aspect of we're married. So if we're married, this is a team, and money should be going in together. We should have separate accounts for our own separate expenses. Maybe if we want, because I think we had a conversation about this before, like have my own account if I want to buy you a gift or something. Want to buy you a gift or something like that, or just do my own little splurging. But money is going in together into our joint account because we're taking care of stuff together. So I don't even see all my money just being spent on me. That seems selfish.
See, but I would think of it as your money pays our day to day. My money, like, we're going to the Maldives. Like,
Vacation, but that's not just you spending it all on yourself. So it's somewhere.
that's what I'm saying.
Right.
Yeah, like, I feel like
Well, that's because y'all good women. They become that Gucci, Louis, you know what I'm saying?
No, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm still get my nails done and
Right.
stuff. But I mean, for me, right? If you're gonna take, like, it's for you what you're saying, right? If our money's going in the joint, then I feel like, okay, we have our separates, then we have joint bills and a joint savings. My money's going into that savings, and then I'm just like, hey, these 2 weeks, like, I got it. Like, we're done here, right? Or if he's a Lakers fan, right? Like, let's go. We're going to a game, right? That comes out of my money because you took care of our day to day.
Facts.
Well, like he said, it's because we're good women,
Right.
But
So it's still teamwork.
Teamwork.
It's still
financial.
because what I was going to say, and this was my solution, is that even if he's out and he's taking care of the day to day, you have your full-time job, and he asks for you to oversee cooking, cleaning, and stuff like that. Couldn't you just buy a maid? Can you just buy a cook or a meal prep?
I mean, I ain't buying
I'm
no cook.
not a cook, but I'll do a maid.
I'll get maid service.
Okay.
3 times a week, sis.
And problem solved, right?
Yeah.
And then you can do it right out the budget and don't even, you know what I'm saying, wouldn't even cost you too much. You get a good cleaning service.
But now I'm cooking for my family. Like,
Right.
But that's also because, once again, good ladies is like, that's my heart. Because when my grandma always taught me that's the way that she shows love. And they was like, man, how, what'd you season it with? She say love.
Love, yeah.
It's always love. Because, they don't tell you because it's really a pinch of this, a pinch of that.
I don't even.
Yeah, they don't even measure. It's in,
And it don't be the same stuff every single time either.
No.
Like, I'm gonna try this
Be
time.
like, I don't have this time, so we about to.
It's just the flavor's gonna be popping, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I was saying, like, even though you should take care of yourself and do those things because it makes you feel good, because I believe everybody should have R&R, because in y'all jobs and stuff like that, and editing and editing people's lives mentally, editing videos and lives, it's a lot of work, splicing through and cutting and pasting and all that. But no, that's definitely a good thing. And once again, this ain't a dating show, so I ain't gonna put it out there. But Dr. Sam is definitely fully single. She's a good woman for all the men, for the love of men. You know what I'm saying? She cooks. She a doctor. She don't mind cleaning, you know, you just gotta wash the car, put some gas or whatever. She'll be totally cool. I made her blush. I made the doc blush.
I don't like you. I don't even want to be here on this camera. You put me out there like that.
Hey, they see.
You see how family be doing you? Family just be.
That's how we get down. You know what I'm saying? Shawty did it first time. I was in there like a deer in the headlight. She's like, and this my brother. He's newly single. I was like, oh shit! Like, what we
Then
doing?
like 2 weeks later, he's in a relationship. I was like, you made me lie to the people.
I said, no, you weren't lying. Yeah, at the time, I was still free.
He was single.
I was at the time. Y'all got 2 weeks, man. She might be off. The time is clocking right now. Gonna get out there, but yeah. All right. It says, if you made enough to cover all the bills, could you be happy in a relationship with a?
Nope.
I was gonna say house husband. Can I get there first, bruh? It said housewife or house husband. Yeah, you can't do the house husband.
I can't.
And it's a sentence.
Yeah, I can't.
No.
Whatever else coming after that,
Absolutely not.
I just feel like there is something.
You never want to hear that word. I just feel like you about to get rained down on, bro. Like,
I feel like there are some things that a man needs to do. I'm not saying you got to pay all the bills, but bro, you can't be sitting at home. I don't care if you're sitting at home cooking and cleaning. I come home and you massage my feet, rub my bath. I just am not that female. You got to do something, because if I walk in the house and you sitting there playing video games, I'm going to lose it. I don't even care if dinner is done. Bro, what did you do all day? What did you do all day? I can't.
Essence hair is perfectly braided. I don't care about none of that. Like, you don't care about
I braid hair myself.
Listen, you better go out and do Uber something. Do Uber for a couple hours. I want to just come home and you just not be there every single time. I need to know that you brought something into the house to keep
But you work from home.
So
if
when
he
you
work,
walk, when you walk from the office to the bedroom, you gotta make sure he's not in the bedroom.
Yes. What, you got the robe on the whole day? The whole day.
He can't work from home either.
No, I mean if he's working.
Oh, okay.
But no, you can't just not have a. I can't. My brain doesn't compute men with no jobs. I can't.
That's the same thing I heard.
Like weird.
No, I appreciate the honesty. Look, no, real thing, because you probably speaking for over the 90 percentile of women right now. They're like, bruh, because it's almost embedded that you still, even though there may even be women that be like, nah, I ain't gonna do the traditional thing. They still be like, bruh, hold on, like you can't be here all day. I don't care how good you fold clothes, rub my toes. Fold clothes and rub my toes.
Cook your dinner. No,
It's just not an.
He even said as soon as I get home from work. So he had a job and was coming home and doing stuff. Like, anyways, continue.
That's all I got. Nope. I don't know. Feel the need to elaborate on that.
I just can't.
I do want it. I do want elaboration. And I want it because why do you feel that way? For my own understanding, as a man who's been worked at home before.
You can work at home.
Working at home is fine. For me, it's twofold, right?
You have no.
But
job.
I play video games while, saying, doing, between breaks.
But my thing is, like, and this could be from personal experience.
But I think we're both talking from personal
I know,
experience.
right?
Like,
that's what I want to get
It's
at.
just
That's
like,
I'm triggered.
Right, like that's why I said triggered.
Thank you. That's what I want to get at.
But my thing is, okay, if I'm leaving the house at 6:30 in the morning and I see a 7 o'clock and 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock and 10 o'clock and 11 o'clock, I take a 12 o'clock crisis phone call, a 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and a 4 o'clock. We're at 10 hours, okay? Right? Then I leave, hit the grocery store, come to the crib, and you just at the crib, like, what did... Trash is still there, like dinner ain't made, like you playing video games, like I'm gonna cut everything off. The label,
I'll cut all the stuff off.
Electricity,
no cable,
all of it, right? Like
you gonna sit here in the dark,
right? And there's just a level of.
But what if he went to the grocery store?
No.
Did she pay for the groceries or did he?
Right.
No, she did because he don't got no job because he stay at home.
So no, right? That, like, thanks for the acts of service, but where's your money coming at, right? Because then it still comes back to mental load, right? So yes, I don't have children, so to speak, but I have been in a household raising children, but also growing up, et cetera, right? Like, there is still, or even just a relationship that doesn't have kids, there's still a mental load that we take on as women naturally. Not saying that men put it on us, but if we go on vacation, do you know how many times I've been asked on vacation, you got sunscreen? You got toothpaste? Did you remember lotion? Like, yes, I did, right? But that's not saying, like, I expect them to do it, but we're sitting there thinking about the day-to-day, right? Like, yes, I wake up at 7 and I think about what am I going to cook for dinner tonight. Where if I ask, like, hey, what do you want for dinner? I don't know, it's so early. Like, I understand that, but how do you think it happens? Like, I think about it from 7 o'clock in the morning.
In advance.
So if I'm working,
stuff like days before.
Right. If there's a list made, right? Kids' clothes, right? Like, oh, you know, these clothes don't look like they fit anymore. Let's go through the closet, take everything out. What has to go, you know, to a shelter? What has to go here? Let's go new clothes. Okay, you need new shoes because them shoes we're not wearing those outside, right? Like there's a whole step of processes that we do 24/7. So on top of that, if I'm doing all that plus working, what is you doing? Just chilling and having sex? Like, that's not it. Like,
it's just not enough.
Even if he's blowing the back out?
Even if
you
not
put
all the blown back in the world.
Even in that moment, you ain't saying that.
Because honestly, it comes down to, what are you providing? What are you protecting? What are you adding as a man to the stability of our foundation at that point? And if I'm not, right, because feminine energy is not supposed to be the stable, necessarily, like, ooh, like, protective piece, right? So I got to do both? And then you want me to be soft. This is not a soft life. Right. I'm sitting here providing both. Like, I don't know how to build bricks.
I don't know, come from New York. I thought you knew how to.
I know how to kick in bricks, not build them. Okay, there's a difference.
You moving bricks?
Right.
I'm messing with you.
Don't say that.
She's never moved bricks.
Thank you.
I say things and randomly throw out things in just to keep conversation going. But I definitely believe in the aspect of like, a man should bring structure to the house. Right? Like, the structure pieces like that, making sure grades is good, making sure kids are staying on top of their chores, making sure they are going through their clothes and rotating them out because the closets are looking too full and the closet is broken and hanging off the damn hinges. You got to go back and fix the closet, then tell them to go through their clothes. Like, all those things that you're going through, you can never be in that feminine energy if you're always at the point of handling business. And that's where the partnership comes in, though, too. That I may ask questions, I may say stuff on here, but it's just to bring out more conversation.
But you also a different kind of man,
Absolutely.
though. Like, every man ain't doing all the stuff that you do.
Right.
A lot of times, I've seen is like, it's like, go to your mama. Tell your mama that you need this, that, and the third. It wasn't like, daddy is taking me to the store to buy whatever I need. Daddy, can you help me with my homework? Stuff like that. It's like, daddy might take you out and throw a ball around with you, but daddy is, you know,
right, but that's about it.
Watch this game with me or whatever. And so a lot of that stuff usually falls on moms to take care of. So even if we're working outside the house and you at home washing dishes and cooking, you ain't doing the rest of the stuff. It ain't a lot of daddies out there braiding babies' hairs and stuff and doing all. And
been there.
Yeah, like, you different.
Or even if the drain is clogged, right? Like, there's not, unfortunately, there's not a lot of men out there that will be like, oh, the drain's clogged, let me fix it. No, it has to be I know you see it too. Like, are you gonna fix it or not? Like, so I'm gonna fix that too. Okay,
man,
cool.
but it's
like,
nasty. You gotta take the pipe off and then
nobody
all that
cares.
Thing.
That's your job.
I'm telling you, it's a nasty
right,
job.
especially if you at home, right? What else is you doing?
If I come home and anything is broken, what have you been doing all day? What have you been doing with your life?
So what y'all telling me that a man's life is on thin ice and hot skates all the time?
You better have a job. That's your only excuse. You better have a job.
Nah, but one thing I do feel in these times though is that financially, if you're living, like, of course, if you're not balling out, if you're balling out, it's a different thing. You can get plumbers and all that. But if you're living the average life, it's going to take 2 incomes.
Right.
Like most houses, like $500,000 on average, a lot of times in most cities. So for the average person, they're not making enough to do that. So it does take multiple incomes. And that's where I believe the partnership does come in. So if you do have to worry about, if you do have to worry about the cooking, well, you can't do the dishes because you just did the cooking. Mm-hmm. So, like, you know what I'm saying, take some of that load off. And it really comes down to being unselfish. If 2 people are being unselfish, both will always be happy. Mm-hmm. If both people are unselfish and they're really focused on the other person of how can I help them make their life easier and vice versa, it really makes for the situation to be a lot better.
I do remember we had this conversation before in one of our group chats, but it was like, if your wife was making like millions of dollars and stuff, then yeah, I would stay at home and not do nothing. Or I would be at home and be a house husband. But you technically wouldn't, because if she's a millionaire, she can hire somebody to do all her cooking, all her cleaning. So still, you're not doing anything because she has hired somebody to do everything. You're literally just there waiting for her to come home so you can blow her back out.
And that's what I'm saying.
She can hire somebody for that too.
Along the 3 that Marcus always brings up, right? Provide, protect, profess. What is you doing if all you're providing is like,
right?
That ain't it.
Nope. Nope.
The Bible didn't say it either, but okay.
Listen, if you're not doing all the things that a woman actually needs to lead up to her wanting to do that with you, that don't even matter, because you ain't gonna ever get there. Because she's just gonna look at you as.
And if you do, it's not gonna be good, because the emotional and mental piece has not been met. So
there's just
you want
there's
sex?
something about that person.
Thanks.
There's just something, for me, I can't speak for everybody, but there is something just attractive about a man who does things, who works, and who knows how to get things done. Like, don't
just be watching him. We don't really have grass out here, but even like watching a man go mow the lawn, you're like,
yeah. That's my man.
Right.
Let me go get him some lemonade.
Right. Let me go help my man.
Hey, man. Y'all gotta go grow grass. Get out in that heat, because in certain places be in the hundreds. Cut that grass. Nah, and I think what it really is something in there, once again, like y'all said, y'all went into detail, but it's overall, it's something about a man who just takes care of business. Mm-hmm. Like just a man, and it's hard for women to follow a man who don't have vision. Yeah. So a lot of times when I hear what the things y'all saying, like dudes staying at home just playing video games, unless you trying out for the video game Olympics, like, are you getting paid, some good money off of playing video games, they ain't gonna see it, but it really takes time and determination. So they don't see the value in it.
And I think that's a good segue to, I think we've all had this conversation before in a group chat, but like men that demand submission. Well, where are we going though?
Right.
If you don't got nowhere to go, what am I submitting to? The circle? I don't want to see the circle.
I'm just following you around, and you're just not going nowhere.
We just not gonna go. We just gonna get dizzy.
Right.
I could go do that at the playground. I don't need you for that.
But it's once the great part about a man professing or getting a vision, first and foremost, I believe you need to open yourself up to God, because God's going to be the one that's infinite, who's going to give you the vision, because you may think you need to do this and you will never reach the potential of what God had for you, which he's going to give you the desires of your heart and the things you want, but you have to open yourself to what that opportunity is, right? So, oftentimes, man, pray. Spend in close communication with God. Let him speak to you. Let him continue to lead you. Because the women do want to be submissive, but it's hard for them to submit to something that they don't know or where you're going to go, So once again, you got to get it all together. So anything else, ladies? Off to the next one. And the good part about these, you could actually splice each one of these topics up and make even more videos or 2 videos. Because they're not going to be in order the way that y'all want it. But it's the way I like it. Because I'm hosting. It's my show. Because it's my show. Y'all get to get on the...
Right.
Yeah. Look, and the great part about it is that I understand in the aspect of 2 greats strong, independent, but very submissive women to the right men. They oftentimes want to hold control, but this is why I love doing what I do, because you don't have no control on what's going to go on. Because I like to be random. I like to do things. I like to switch it up because it keeps it going. So in the switch up, we got during dating, what's the more important, weight to a man or height to a woman?
Weight to a man, like this.
I would say no. Let me just rephrase it. I'm gonna kind of switch it up because that's like if it's men and women. So let's just say what's more important to a woman? Height, body, like their height of how they are, their body, if they're in shape, their money, their physical stature. If you had to pick one thing about
physical,
it could be physical, it could be mental, it could be anything. Just one thing about a man
that's too broad.
That's why you're going to have to go down into detail. I'm leaving it up to you. You could pick anything, one thing that's important to you about a man. What would that be? Because I don't want it to be where like you're comparing men to women because you're not men. So give me one thing that's important to you. You can speak for women in y'all conversations, or you can speak for yourself. When y'all are all talking, or you're going through the thing that you want in a man, what is the one most important thing that you want in him?
Make sure you subscribe and come back next week for the continuation of this conversation.
So like you could be the finest man on earth. You can have the richest man. You could be able to put it down, do all this stuff. But if you have no purpose, no vision, what role am I supposed to play in your life? I've had